Hi, in today's video, we're going to be looking at some pretty larger and complex chords and trying some strategies on how to hear the differences between these kind of larger complex chords. We're going to take a couple of approaches to this. One is to hear the chord as a harmonic entity, and we're also going to be trying to unlock the chord. In other words, playing a chord and hearing it for all of its structural tones. But we're also going to try to make an emotional and even a physical connection to the sound in a visceral sense. In other words, when you hear a particular chord, how does it make you feel? Or can you use some descriptive terms to maybe describe what it is you're hearing? All of the methods I'll be going over come from a new course I just released at Jazz Lesson Videos, where I share methods for developing a strong ear. If you'd like to dive deeper into these concepts, you can check out the full course found in the description below. So let's go ahead and start with two very basic chords, the major ninth chord and the major ninth chord with a sharp 11. All right, so let's go ahead to the major ninth chord. It sounds something like this. Let's go ahead and hear that chord from some different pitches. That was from C. Here it is from E flat, from A flat, from B. And let's go ahead and hear it in a more contextual sense, maybe doing just kind of flowering the chord out a little bit. From G. So if we unlock that chord first, you just unlock it for its harmonic content. It's also a good idea to, as you're playing the tones, go ahead and match the pitches, go ahead and sing them, and that's what we call unlocking the chord for its harmonic content. Now, the idea is, how does this chord, how does that sound make you feel? To me, the chord is very stable sounding. It's very firm sounding. It's pretty safe, right? It's very grounded. It's like let's try another one. It's kind of a happy chord. It's kind of got a positive sense of peace. It's sort of calming, right? Like it could be the final chord of a tune in a major key. Now let's compare that to another chord that's pretty similar but a little bit different, and that would be the major 9 with a sharp 11. Let's go ahead and lock that chord. Here it is from some different pitches. That's from B flat. How about from B? And a little bit more contextual. And from C. Okay. All right. So now how does that chord make you feel? So it's definitely a brighter sound than the first one, right? It's more shiny, right? It's got a more sparkling character to it. It's almost as if you're floating. Right? It's more spacey, and maybe it's even kind of more bright. If it's a final chord, it's a brighter final chord. So just comparing those two sounds, major ninth and major 9 sharp 11. So let's go on to our next group, our next pair. These are somewhat associated with the last two, but we're going to move on to some different sounds here. So the next chord we're going to be talking about is a major 7 with a sharp 5. That's this sound here. All right, so that's how we unlock that one. Match all the pitches, even to a major 9 sharp 5. Okay, now how would you describe this sound? This is a very startling sound, right? It's very brilliant. It's kind of glaring and intense, right? It seems as though you don't know which way to turn. It's like it's waiting to resolve or wanting to resolve, but it seems to be sort of a baffled sound. It also is somewhat non-functional, like you wouldn't hear this chord as a 2 chord or a 5 chord or even a tonic chord anywhere. It seems somewhat non-functional. So that's that major 7 sharp 5. Now the next one that we're going to compare that with is a 13 sharp 11. So here was our major 7 sharp 5. And here's our dominant 13 sharp 11, or maybe even up to the 13th. So you can hear there's sort of a similarity. Basically what the similarity is the top 4 notes, in this case C, E, G sharp, B, are the top 4 notes of a dominant 13 sharp 11. So this sound right here, describe that sound. That's a bluesier sound, right? It's a little bit more active. It sounds like it wants to go someplace, like it wants to go somewhere. There's a slight degree of an attractive color to it. It's kind of sparkly too, but right warmer than we had before. Okay, it could also be used as a tritone sub, like for example, if we had that sound right there. Right, so this dominant 13 with a sharp 11, often used as a tritone sub or as a backdoor dominant. Remember to get to a piano or get a friend of yours to get to a piano or get on a guitar or get a software to play some of these chords and unlock the chords and start to listen to the characteristic qualities of them in an emotional sense and in a visceral sense and even a physical sense. How does it make you feel? And pretty soon you'll start to get the sense of these chords in a more natural way, in a more innate way. Okay, so I hope you have fun with this exercise and you keep to work on it. And we hope to see you on the next video. Take care and see you around.